Christmas, all the happy smiles.
Shipping to you, Kauffie, Kauffie Company, yeah, oh yeah, it's the Kauffie Company, whoa, it's the Kauffie Company, whoa, Kauffie,
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome back to your place of chill that is the Kauffie Company. I've had to say that twice now because I had a full start. I am really tired. I've been up since 5 in the morning this morning. Ish. My brain is tired. But we're back here today. We've run the intro twice, but this time it's for real. You've always got to do the intro twice. You've got to rehearse stuff. You've always got to rehearse stuff. But it is Thursday, the 18th of December, and it is a very rainy 11 degrees centigrade, but feels like 4, supposedly. It is woeful weather out there today. It is woeful, wet, nasty, dark, typical UK in the December period. But it is officially 1 week until Christmas. Next Thursday is, of course, Christmas Day. We're back. We're here. We're here to have a coffee. I've got my coffee. I really do need it because my brain is just... My brain is done for. My brain is done. But we're back here today. We're here for an hour. We're here to have a good time, like we always do. We're always here to have a good time. But without further ado, let's see who's in the chat to take us through the show. There are 10 of you so far. Thank you to all the loyal followers of the Kauffie Company that support us, even if other people are streaming. But big up. Good to see you all. Let's see who's in the chat. We have Magic, J44 Spurs, Darren Johnson, good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Good to see you. Ian Ferguson, good to see you, buddy. Our first YouTube member clocking in for the day. Good to see you. Andrew Gregory's in the house, YouTube member. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Craig O'Sullivan from the Guardians of the Pombo. Good to see you, buddy. All hail Skipoku. All hail. We've got Tom81. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. We have Andrew Gregory's in the house. Good to see you, sir. I've already said that. My brain is so done. But good to see you, YouTube member. I am not streaming on Christmas Day. After I clock out of here, whatever time on Wednesday, I'm not doing shit. I'm not doing nothing. I'm having some sleep. We have Paul Clark's in the house. Good to see you, buddy. Saying, loving the jumper. It's a good one. It's my favourite Christmas jumper. Big up Matalan for my Star Wars Christmas jumper. Last year's Star Wars Christmas jumper. It's a really good one. I like Star Wars. It's almost like that Big Bang Theory. I bet you like Star Wars. I like Star Wars too. I love that episode. What an episode that is with James Earl Jones. Rest in peace. Rest in peace. Nah. I'll disappoint a few. I'll disappoint. I'm not streaming on Christmas Day. Sod that. No, I've not ordered a Harry Potter jumper yet. I've not ordered one yet. But that's for another day. But good to see her all. Bottoms up. I'm really going to need that. I'm going to need that. But hopefully everyone's doing well. Big up to Matalan. Big up to Matalan. There's the most random thing that's been delivered to our block and left in the entrance. A full exhaust system from cat downpipe to the rear back. Everyone, yeah, it's not yours, is it, Tom? Did you buy yourself an exhaust for Christmas? Will's done that before. Will's done that before, bought himself. That's what Will, on Will's Secret Santa list, because we all did a Secret Santa in the Kaufman family. Will always ask for like exhaust manifolds. He always asks for exhaust manifolds for Christmas. He doesn't. My brother is the worst person to buy for Christmas. He's the worst. Doesn't like anything. Doesn't like anything. That's what he wants for Christmas, an exhaust manifold. That's what he wants. Exhausts, tires. I mean, it's practical, but very expensive. Uh-oh. Someone's going to want their exhaust for Christmas. Someone's going to want their exhaust for Christmas. But big up to you. Big up to that person. Big up to my cup of coffee. What does everyone want to talk about? I mean, that's what was weird. I don't have the... let us put on... Ooh, do I want the outside winter snow? Yeah, let's do the Riverside porch. No, not Alexander Orloff. I don't want compare the meerkat.com. I'll have it. I'll have it. Well, looks like Will's coming to your block. Buckhurst Hill, opposite the Premier Inn. Meet him there. Meet him there. Good morning, everyone. I'm enjoying the Star Wars. Ooh, Wookie Cookie. Big up. It's a good present. It's a good present. Will was having the exhaust. Will's going to have the exhaust off you. That'll be his Christmas present for the year. That'll be his Christmas present. Well done to you, Tom. Well done to you, sir. We can finally put that on. We can finally put that on. But we're here. I don't know what we're going to talk about today. But we're just going to chill out. My brain is... Waking up early is not me. But saying that, driving at 6 o'clock in the morning is a lot better than driving up at 9 o'clock in the morning. People cannot drive it. People cannot drive, Tom. People cannot drive. They're so aggressive. So aggressive. They're right up your ass immediately. They want you to be driving 20 miles. If the world, they probably need to make the speed limit 10 miles an hour or more, because that's where everyone wants to be. No speed limits. Yes, you are, Will. Yes, you are. Afternoon, Ben. Good to see you, Stew Boy. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're well. It's a P-share, so it must be for some little motor. Indeed. Probably a Daihatsu or a, I don't know, a Nissan Micra. All that stuff. Might be a Tottenham manager. It might be the Tottenham manager. We got Gary Bex is in the house. Good to see you as well, Gary. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're well. Good to see you all. Good to see everyone. It is a Slayer LPX. LPX. Has it been delivered? Has it been delivered? Ooh. It's another thing that needs to send off to someone. I don't know who we're going to get to service that thing. But yes, it is a Slayer LPX from 2018, I believe. No, 2018. 2018, because that's what we had it for about a year pre-COVID. 2018 or 2019. And it was originally a 3-phase model, but we converted it to single phase, which was a bit of a nightmare. But they did it. They did it. But yes, glad to see everyone in the house. Good to see everyone in the shop. What would everyone like to talk about? I'm not coming up with conversation today. I'm bored of coming up. You all, how exhausting. Yes, how exhausting. How exhausting. Quite exhausting. Good for you, sir. I can't get up at that time. My brain doesn't work. And braining really, it's not braining today. It really isn't braining. Been doctors for dressing on an ulcer. Oh, God. Yeah, they are. They are, mate. Ulcers are dangerous. What's Craig saying? Tottenham to listen to offers for Brennan Johnson as interest in forward grows. Oh, Brennan Johnson's gone. Brennan Johnson's gone. Interesting one, that. Yeah, ulcers are dangerous, mate. Look after yourself. But as everyone knows, MJF is back, and he's better than you, and you know it. Best wrestler in the world. I don't care. Yes, I'm biased. His bar mitzvah was the greatest thing on AEW television. It was the greatest. I'm up at 4:30-ish every day for the past 50. I can't do it. I can't do it. All of that was missed as I was on Slayer LPX. Slayer LPX. He cooked what he did. He cooked everyone. He cooks everyone anyway. He's the best. We got David Clark, the DC in ACDC. The DC in ACDC is here. Big up to you, sir. Hopefully you're well. Maraca to City. That's an odd one. Interesting. I wonder what Spurs will do. Hopefully we'll sell 50% of the team. 50% in January, 50% in the summer. We'll have a whole new team. It'll be great. I love Maxwell. He's brilliant. I loved his I loved him and Jericho's musical number when they did My Shadow and Me. That was brilliant. And they were doing the skit before it. Like Jericho had a well done steak, so MJF had a medium well, and then so Jericho went medium and MJF went medium rare, and it all went down to blue, and then it went down to raw. It was hilarious. Brilliantly fun. It was very, very fun. We got Nana Catman Maresca. Where's Enzo Maresca going? City, but Nana Catman. Good to see you, sir. Happy holidays to you. Happy holidays to everyone. Merry Christmas. Happy Hanukkah. Hag Sameach, and all that stuff. Kwanzaa's at some point. We've talked about this yesterday, didn't we, Gary? Whatever the manager is, they have to go big. The Undertaker, big up the Undertaker. I like MJF. No. MJF will be a star. he'd be a star in WWE. MJF would be a star in WWE. There's so many AEW performers that would go back and slot, like Tony Storm. I've told you. Tony Storm. If she goes with that timeless gimmick, she'll be a star anywhere. So many, of course. Kenny Omega is Kenny Omega. Kazuchika Okada. Kazuchika Okada is one of the best wrestlers. They've got so many wrestlers. Whether Okada would go to WWE after they flopped Shinsuke Nakamura. They flopped with him. Shinsuke should have been champion at some point. They're back though. Maresca to City on the back of Pep May. Possibly. There's going to be those rumours that one of the Pep... I personally think the next manager City will go for will be a Vincent Company. That's me personally. So whether they can get him out of Bayern Munich, sell the team, bring back George Graham. No, not bring back George Graham. It's a strange one. Yeah, it is a strange one. He would be the biggest heel in the company. He'd be the biggest heel in the company. Maresca looks like Pep. No one would ever know. No, excuse me. Only because there's a resemblance. Only because there is a resemblance. Would definitely be a star. He's good on the. He's excellent on the mic. He's excellent on the mic. But tummy is not brilliant today. Body's not brilliant today. I'm not used to beating it. So I need this second coffee. Probably a third one. Probably need a third one. Agreed. Big up to Jason Bell. Good to see you all. Good to see you all. Hopefully you're well. All 20 of you in the audience. We'll all have a chat about anything you want. I'm excited because tonight I'm going to watch the Harry Potter, the Philosopher's Stone. I'm delighted. A Harry Potter Christmas Marathon begins. Nah, he's brilliant. I loved I loved the feud between him and Adam Cole. Baby. I loved that. Loved that feud. Everything MJF does is gold. He's gold. For me, he's brilliant. But then WWE doesn't have it's got CM Punk who's good. There's no heel that does what MJF does. Not had a chance to watch it, to be honest, buddy. The only bit I really have seen a lot of is the whole thing about tactics and how the defenders would suit the tactics during the game. And they basically said, we're doing a low block. You're telling us we're doing a low block. And the manager last year agreed that we're going to do a low block because the defenders say we got to hold on to a lead. So it's, it's very interesting. It's sort of filled in a lot of gaps. It caused more questions than answered them, I would say. Captain Black to Man City. Arteta won't go to Man City. Adam Cole he was quality. He was quality. It's a shame. His career is over, unfortunately, because of the amount of concussions he's had. He's done. He's done, unfortunately. What a shame. What a shame. It happens. Too many concussions. It's what happens when you wrestle in the indie scene for a very long time. You're going to get more concussions and you're not going to have the same protection than you have in the big leagues. The kangaroo kick. Love the kangaroo kick. Oh, so good. There's so many good wrestlers. The Undisputed Era were brilliant. When they were in NXT, that was an excellent faction. Excellent faction. Really good. And that is a lovely coffee. That is a really lovely coffee. Who's that? Builder. Yeah. I think it's this is the problem, wasn't it, Gary? We've talked about this. It's going from one side of the equation to the other. You've gone from a manager that doesn't care about details to a manager that cares too much about details. What Nottingham Forest did, you've got to respect what they did. They fired Ange and realised they can't go for a manager that's like this. What they've done is they've gone for a manager that might have a different style of football, but has a similar mindset. So they've gone from there to there. Because Sean Dyche isn't really he's not a details man either, but what he'll do is he'll organise the team, get them playing football the way he wants, hard work, and you look at the team he's got. The team that was built for Nuno, because Nuno obviously started the season, is a team that's going to work for Sean Dyche. So that team wouldn't necessarily work in terms of it wouldn't work for an Ange team, because what Ange needs, he needs multiple footballers that can play in multiple positions, that can move into different. And you need two fullbacks who are comfortable enough on the ball so they can come inside. You need two wide wingers, which they don't have, because of course they've got Callum Hudson-Odoi and they've got can't remember the other geezer, and of course he's got Chris Wood as well. Chris Wood's injured, but then he's got them. Then you've got Jesus, I believe his name is, up front. Igor, I can't remember. I think it's Jesus. It's the history of Tottenham. We always go from one pendulum to the other. We don't go there. We go wham. We always do it. We've always done that. We are a pendulum team. We've always done it. We're big up Angus, good to see you, buddy. The pendulum swung too much. Club choose spot for stadium, big up. Captain Black, yeah, big up Captain Black. You're a seesaw club. We are. It's another thing. Seesaw, pendulum, however you want to. Looking forward to Frank bigging up Liverpool. No doubt he mentioned that they're the champions and we finished 17th. Probably. He doesn't help himself. It's really weird, that, Gary, isn't it? He's gone from being very charismatic at Brentford, because he was very charismatic at Brentford, but maybe he could be charismatic at Brentford because the structure was built around him. So he could be that sort of, like, it was shared yesterday. It was shared yesterday that a disabled fan went to a Brentford game and the entire team and Frank made an enormous fuss of him I don't think he can do that. I think he's probably too nice a guy for Tottenham. He's probably too nice a guy. He's probably too nice a guy. He's not got that obvious personality. But in the end, the players are supposed to be professionals. They can't just throw their toys out the pram. And it's one of the reasons why I said it. I said it yesterday. I said it on Sava's show. I've said it on Sava's show twice. I'd sell 80% of the team. 80% can go, in my opinion. We've got too many managers worth of players. You need to clear the decks. So we got 2 or 3. Then you clear the deck again. And then you've got to have a united squad. It's time. Yeah, it has. Buzzword bingo has already started. You care more about who's performing at the club next to bring preschool for kids. Indeed. We're stupid. We care. We're bonkers. Big up. You need 80% is enough, Angus. 5 players can stay. And you could argue 5 players in the fit squad can stay, which is, of course, Van der Ven, Romero. But if either of those two get an offer 90 million or more, I'm taking that money and reinvesting it. Xavi is going to be brilliant, in my opinion. I've seen enough of Xavi. and I think he's got all the talent in the world. Paulinho is a really good number 6, and then Kudus goes without saying. Kudus is probably our best attacking player. But when, of course, Maddison is back and Kulusevski are back, then you can say, okay, we'll see how they perform when they come back from injury, and if they're not performing, you've got to get rid of them as well. It's got to be a meritocracy. Yeah. It's funny that, isn't it? Maybe he needs to be given more power at Spurs. Possibly. Absolutely. That's what I said needs to happen to Tottenham as well. Tottenham need to decide. Tottenham need to decide now what they need to do. So they need a blank piece of paper like this one. This isn't a blank piece of paper. They need a blank piece of paper, put it on here, and they need to say, right, what's our philosophy? What does Tottenham Hotspur stand for as a football team? Is it free-flowing attacking football? Is it more pragmatic? Is it possession-based? Fine, cool. On the paper, what system do you want to play? What system do you want to play? Do you want to play 4-2-3-1, 4-3-3, 4-5-1, 3-4-3, 3-5-2, 4-4-2, whatever system they want to play? Decide. Write that down. What players fit that philosophy? Technical players, athletic players, blah, blah, blah. So you need to write all these things down, and you've got to buy players that fit that philosophy. Only. Like, for example, in the words of James Flower, no Golo Colo. He's not a left winger. If you wish to keep Richarlison as your number one, that means in the summer, Kolo Muani, you don't buy him. Go back to PSG. Then you buy a left winger. You've got to buy players that fit the remit and the philosophy of the football club. This is how modern football is. Football isn't about manager buys players. No, you've got to have a club structure, and you've got to fit that structure. Stick to it, as you said. Stick to it, not changing. If it gets a bit rough, you don't change the manager. And if you do change the manager, you get a manager that fits that same mold. You don't do what Spurs do, and you do this. Done. Gone. Because that's what Spurs do. Every time. That's what Spurs do. Spurs, it doesn't work with one manager. They rip up the piece of paper and they start completely. That's not how it works. That's not how it works. I agree. If they paid the money, though, Xavi's now going to cost £100 million, though, isn't he, Angus? Because he's on a 5-year contract. So if a team wants Xavi, they're going to have to pay the money. It's the same thing with Romero. It's the same thing with Van der Ven. If a club, Van der Ven is a 3-year contract. Club comes for him in the summer, £80 million, please. The club comes in for Romero, £90 million, please. It's what you got to do. They can't force their way out. He probably is. He probably is. They've got to pay for him though. £100 million, 80 to £100 million is where I'm thinking. He's one of the best centre backs in the league. If they want him, they're going to have to pay for him. Go back and push and run and stick with it. Will push and run work? Afternoon, Shemtown. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Hopefully you're well. Yes, I think we do. We'll buy a few players. But most importantly, Angus, we need to sell a few players. You don't watch Van der Ven week in, week out, Angus. He's quality. He's quality. Van der Ven is quality. He's bloody good. Yep, indeed. It's a squad that looks like it's a sideshow rather than the main objective. The main objective for Tottenham Hotspur over the last 20 years is to build the infrastructure at the club and build it into a global empire, which is what they've done. And still doesn't mean he's won the best. He's being the 5th best centre back in the league isn't bad, Angus. He's only 23, 24. How old is Mickey van der Ven? 24? He's not all pace. He's 24 years of age. So he's got another 6, 7 years left in him. He's got another 6, 7 years left in him. But both of them are worth stupid money. I think so as well. We need a left winger, a left back, and a midfielder. That's what we need in January. Forget the striker for now. We do need a striker as well. But we've got to shore up that left-hand side. The spine of the team, I think, is okay. If us need a new goalkeeper, though. We definitely need a new goalkeeper. Yeah, I agree. It's a sideshow. It's a property business. It's an entertainment expo with a football team on the side. It's no longer a football team with all this on the side. All this stuff should be to fund the spine of the organisation. The spine of the organisation should be the football team. But it's at Tottenham, it's the opposite. Arsenal have property as well. Chelsea have property as well. All the big clubs have property around the stadium. But they use that stuff to fund their football business, whereas Tottenham use their football business to fund the ventures. It's the opposite. We're running the club. The complete and utter opposite. We're going to beat Liverpool 5-1. Indeed. But good to see Cyril. Good to see Ryan. But they've got to show it. They've got to show it. New keeper, left back, left winger, and striker as well. Those are the 4. I add a central midfielder. Those are the 5 players. Those are the 5 players we need. New goalkeeper, new left back, new striker, central midfielder. Those 5 players. Those 5 players. Get those 5. 100 million for Van der Ven. Yeah, I think we get 100 million for Van der Ven. I think we get 100 million for him. 100%. 100%. We get 100 million. I think we'll get 200 million for both him and Romero. 100%. Romero's got an aura. People will pay for the aura rather than... This is the problem with modern football. People want aura over quality. That's the problem. They won't get a goalkeeper till the summer. I think we'll get a goalkeeper in January. I think there's a lot of noise. I think there's a lot of noise now. We do need a left winger. We do need a left winger. We need a top quality number 8. Oh, for sure. 100 million gets you nowhere. That's 2 players. We said it in the summer. Yeah. I think we can get an Anthony Robinson if he's fit. I'd love an Anthony Robinson. Quality left back. That's the left back I want at Spurs. If he can stay fit, quality. That's the left back we need. I think Anthony Robinson would cost about 30, 40 million, personally. And then we spend 60 million on a left winger. So we could spend 60 million up front and then the rest in add-ons. As long as we buy 2 players and Odeberg goes or Tell goes, there's rumours that Roma want to buy Tell or at least have him on a loan with an option. As long as the check clears, yes. I like Trafford. I don't think Trafford's good enough with his feet, though. This is the problem. We need a goalkeeper that's good with his feet. Because of the new rules, if you hang on to it too much, it's a corner. You've got to have a goalkeeper that's good with his feet. No, left back's needed now. Left back's needed now. Left wing, left back. Those are the two players. That's who I get firstly. Left back, we have to get a left back. Possibly. But I think we can stick with Porro and Spence. But Porro and Spence are not bad. But in the summer, I'd get rid of one of them. If we can cash in on Porro, I'd get rid of Porro. We can cash in on Spence because of his homegrown. Young brilliant. Big up. Big up. Sure, can work like that. But I don't see Spurs buying 4 or 5 players in January. I don't think it's going to happen. As much as I'd like to see that happen, Spurs buying a load of players in January, I don't think it's going to happen. I think Vuskovic will be quality. I think Bergvall will be quality. I think Gray, I'm 50-50 with now. He's not showing enough for me. And I really want him in the team. I want him to play well. He's got to grow up a bit. And what that mistake he made at the weekend showed how naive he is as a player. He should be telling Vicario, who should be, as the senior player, should say, get rid of it. But he's not. He's passing the ball, straight pass, to a 19-year-old. You're welcome to an opinion, buddy. Everyone's welcome to an opinion. This isn't well, it is an echo chamber. 100% it's an echo chamber. This is an echo chamber. But in my opinion, left winger, centre midfielder are the left winger, left back, centre midfielder. My 3 priorities. That's priority alpha. January is a tough window. If we get 2 players at 50 million each, it'll be massive. Yeah, maybe. No, he shouldn't have made that pass. But Gray shouldn't demand that. It's mixture of both. It's 50-50. Gray shouldn't demand that that pass. And Gray shouldn't demand that pass. And Vicario shouldn't make that pass. It's 50-50. 50-50. I think he will get there, but we need to loan it. I think we need to send him on loan. Poor Mickey's falling asleep. Yeah, that's what he wanted. 270 million players every year. 270 million players every year. It's like my family at a Friday night dinner. Yep. That's the problem. I agree with you, mate. I agree with you. I rate left back I rate is Lefty Davis at Ipswich. He's so good. If we're looking for a keeper, this kid and goal is fire. Then next striker in January. Most strikers are not looking to leave. A lot of players will though, Corey. Good to see you. A lot of players that are not in line will be looking to join so-called bigger clubs because I think Spurs will somehow get into the playoffs of the Champions League. I think we will get through. I still think we're going to get through. I think we can beat either one of Dortmund. I think we can beat Dortmund or Frankfurt. I think we'll certainly beat Frankfurt because I think Frankfurt are a mess at the moment. Frankfurt are a mess. We should beat them. Dortmund at home, interesting game of football. I think we can get a result against Dortmund, and I think we can beat Frankfurt. If we get those 4 points, we get into the playoffs, and I think we can do something. I think a lot of players will seem to want to move to bigger teams, because move to bigger teams, especially a load of English players will look to move. English players that are not in the England squad will look to move in January to try and prove themselves. And we do need a few English players. Vic shouldn't have given it to him, 100%. Always good to see everyone. Vindaloo. We've always been one of the village idiots. Arsenal were the village idiots a couple of years ago. West Ham are always the village idiot. There's a couple of village idiots. We're just there. Thank you for your later. It's good to see you, Vinders. Hopefully you're well, buddy. The Sparta keeper, he did look very, very good. Big up to chat. Big up. Kuvo! First team squad forced to play 2 simultaneous games of 5-a-side in training all day. Players that can't pass and move, put on the transfer list. Buy players instead of meatheads that run in. That's the problem with Spurs. That's the problem. We buy too many athletes. We need footballers. We desperately need James Maddison to come back. We miss James Maddison so much because he's that sort of that sergeant type that everyone loves, but he links play so well. Big up, Rodney. Good to see you. Good to see you, Kuva. Lots of players are going to want to make moves, if nothing else, to improve their World Cup squad. Yes. It's why Brennan Johnson's going to get sold in January, isn't he? Because he can't pass a football 2 yards. Because he's a cult hero. Brennan Johnson is a cult hero, borderline legend for his goal in the final. It's a crap goal, but the point still stands. He would. Pascal Gross is a good player, though. Pascal Gross is a good player. Not the best, but yeah, he would. We are a top 6 club. We are. We're the 6th biggest club in the country. We're the 6th biggest club in the country. We have been for a long time. We were the 4th biggest club in the country and before Chelsea and Man City. We are. Look how many trophies we've won, Angus. We're the 4th biggest, we're the 6th biggest club in the country. It's just how it works. No, they don't. No, they don't. No, they don't. Spurs have more trophies than Villa. They've got more Champions League trophies than we have. We've got more trophies than them. It might have come off, but he still put it in the back of the net. I think nope. We've got more trophies than Villa. We have more trophies than Villa. I think Villa have 28, right? 7 league titles, 7 FA Cups, 5 League Cups, 1 Champions League and 1. So that's that is yes. Villa of 22, Spurs of 23. I'll share the screen. So, Angus, unfortunately, sir, you're in the mud. Yeah, don't talk to me about my own football club, Angus. Don't talk to me about my own football club. There we go. No, you weren't. They'd need 2 more to have more. Spurs are the 6th biggest club in the country. We were the 4th biggest club in the country until Chelsea and Man City became things. I know my history. If you know your history. We're a big six club, not a top. Yeah, two different things, two different conversations. We need to buy a cohesive squad. That's what we need. Liverpool, United, Arsenal, Chelsea, City, us. Yeah, sixth. Yeah, sixth. That's what you said. You can't lie to. So you're backpedaling now. You're backpedaling. You said we weren't as big as them, but I've then proven that we are. Oh, Angus, never change, buddy. Never change. Google is your friend. Google is our friend. ChatGPT. Do you like ChatGPT? I love ChatGPT. ChatGPT is fantastic. ChatGPT is fantastic. We don't include the charity shield. We don't. Big up. Man City and Chelsea were mid-table mediocrity or worse, but they've combined. Yeah, this is how it works. It happens. Chelsea are probably one of the most successful teams in the country over the last 20 years. They still don't mean they're the biggest. They're a bigger club than Arsenal now. They're a bigger club than Arsenal, more relevant club than Arsenal. They might not. How many clubs? Who's one more? Chelsea or Arsenal? Have a look. It's got to be close. That's including the 17 community shields. That's fucking bollocks. Can someone get me the... Can someone get me the total without the fucking charity shields? Chelsea are a more relevant club in recent history than Arsenal. Would you agree on that, Angus? Because they've won more Premier League titles than you have. They've won more Champions Leagues than you have. They've won more Europa Leagues than you have. They've won more FA Cups. They've won more FA Cups than you. In the last 25 years, since the Premier League began, Chelsea are a more relevant club than Arsenal. I think that's perfectly a reasonable statement, right? Because Arsenal have won the Premier League 3 times, I believe. Is it 3 times? Arsenal have won the Premier League 3 times. How many have Chelsea have won? 5? Chelsea have 4 Premier League titles and Arsenal have 3, I believe. So I would say in the modern era, Chelsea are a more relevant club than Arsenal because they've won 2 Champions Leagues, they've won 4 league titles, they've won... I'm not ignoring history, Gary, and I'm not Gen Z as well. We talk about everything, Rodney. We talk about everything. Sure, but Arsenal also have a crap. Oh, this is rich, actually. This is rich coming from an Arsenal fan. Let me mud you again, sunshine. Let me mud you again. Arsenal got promoted to the league without having to get promoted. They got promoted to the top division. They got promoted to the top division without having to win the league, firstly. Secondly, when Spurs, Lasagna Gate, when Spurs were in the top 4, Spurs had all of their players out with illness, and David Dean, who was the former Arsenal chairman, forced them to play the game in which Spurs lost. Corrupt owners. Arsenal have one of the most corrupt owners. Have had some of the most corrupt owners in history. David Dean. David Dean was as corrupt as they came. It's what you've got to do. 100%. Arsenal and corrupt owners. You're just not as corrupt as just because Chelsea have corrupt owners doesn't mean Arsenal didn't have corrupt owners. See, legend, love that man. So it's okay for them. They're a corrupt owner. They're corrupt. Yep. I don't give a shit if he's been knighted. I don't give a shit. Chelsea have been better over the last 20 years. That's perfectly reasonable for me, Catman. Perfectly reasonable. Since Chelsea were taken over in 2004, they've been the biggest club in London. It's a fact. Arsenal were the first corrupt club. It's just like Spurs were the first checkbook club. Yep, they paid for it. They paid for a spot in the top division. They didn't even get promoted. If they keep winning trophies, Angus, you got to start winning trophies because Chelsea, whether you like them or not, keep on winning trophies. Even won the Conference League. The wheel of corruption. Bring back the wheel of corruption. Bring it back. Bring it back. Sure, you probably will win trophies, but I think Chelsea will also pick up trophies. They always seem to win trophies. They always seem to win trophies. If they were in the UEFA Cup this year, I would put my money down and for them to win it. They always win trophies. They always do it. I wouldn't go that far. They're in North London now, so... But good to see you, Philly, as well. I didn't say hello to you, Philly. Hopefully you're well. Good to see you, buddy. I'm definitely not Sammy Usto. Definitely not Sammy Uso. Thinking more George Graham and his bungs. Yep, George Graham. He loved his bungs. He loved the bung. Arsenal fans saying that Chelsea are corrupt when they were corrupt before them. They're not the only corrupt football club. Spurs used to be the first checkbook club. And that's me knowing my history. No, there's borders are redrawn. They're trying to redraw the borders in Epping Forest. It's really funny. We don't always do it by the book, Rodney. We've cheated in our part. Everyone has cheated. To be fair, Chelsea... It's different though, isn't it? It's different. I think it's slightly different. What MK Dons did was shameful. What they did was shameful. At least Woolwich moved to the same city. It's just moving... Allegedly. Jesus! The wheel of corruption is after you, mate. The wheel of corruption. If you ain't cheating, you ain't trying. Indeed. You got to cheat a bit. That's why we want Spurs to cheat a bit more. My nose is so bloody itchy. Everyone's going to think I'm doing something. Everyone's going to think I'm scratching my nose because I've been doing something naughty. It's not. My nose is just bloody itchy. Oh, we got Alan's in the house. Hugsamayach. Hopefully you're well. Good to see you. YouTube member. Big up to you, Alan. Good to see you, buddy. Hopefully you're well. Great to see you in the house. Great to see you. Yeah, we got to do. You've got to be naughty sometimes. Chelsea playing Fulham and Fulham playing Chelsea. That's how it works. Chelsea playing Fulham and Fulham playing Chelsea. It's bonkers. The nearest station to Stamford Bridge is Fulham Broadway. It's funny that Fulham and Chelsea are next door to each other anyway. That's never going to be a rivalry. That's never going to be a rivalry. Well, the way you guys act, do you think you can win the Premier League at Christmas? What you need is some signings to get you over the line. That's what you guys need. Tottenham fan talking about saving signings. We need some black. We need some absolute. We need a miracle. We need a miracle beyond a miracle. And I need it to stop raining as well, because this weather is horrific. It is nasty. Awful. Big up to Plough Lane. Big up to Plough Lane. I believe that's how it was World War II, I believe it was. It might have been World War. It was definitely... Kuva might know more if Kuva's still in the chat. Kuva knows the full story. Possibly what they need. They've got the team to do it. I think it was later than that, Surreal. Personally, I think it was later than that. I know during World War II, Arsenal had to move their stadium because if their stadium was called Arsenal, they were worried it would get bombed because they were looking at it getting bombed. So during World War II, Arsenal played at White Hart Lane, which is why there's a plaque at Spurs, because Arsenal gave them a plaque. Arsenal gave them a plaque to say thank you for letting us play at White Hart Lane during World War II. And that's why, as a symbolic gesture, Arsenal put the colours blue and white in their badge. So for the rest of the time, Arsenal will have blue and white in their badge to say thank you to Tottenham Hotspur for letting them play in White Hart Lane during World War II. It's a fact. Arsenal have blue and white in their badge. It might not have it on their current kit, but the actual crest of the football club has blue and white in it. The two clubs can't exist without each other. That's just the way it is. Oh, yep. We'll look at it. Let's get it up. Yep. Dear Gooners, you're welcome. Yeah. Yeah. Here we go. Let's show it. Arsenal. Ugh. The official badge of the club. Where is it? Wikipedia. Wikipedia is your friend. Wikipedia is your friend. Know your history. Here we go. Let's share it. Look at this shit bash, firstly. Look at that. For the rest of time, I don't want to pay Wikipedia. For the rest of time, Arsenal will have Tottenham Hotspur colours in their badge. They have Tottenham Hotspur colour, exactly Tottenham Hotspur colours in their badge. If you know your history, it's enough to make your heart go. Ooh. Yeah. They're a brilliant team. They've got it. Arsenal and Spurs can't. Arsenal, it's like Harry Potter. Neither. Stop sharing. Neither one of the two clubs can exist without it. They are intertwined. They are almost brother and sister club in that regard. The two can't exist without it. It's not like no other rival club in London can exist can exist in terms of we can't live without them, and they can't live without us. Whereas if Fulham went under, Chelsea wouldn't give a shit. If West Ham went under, Millwall wouldn't give a shit, or Leyton Orient wouldn't give a shit. All the clubs are the only other club that's like that is Celtic and Rangers, which is why they're the old firm, because they used to be part of the same firm, which is why it's the old firm. The two are that the Celtic can't live without Rangers, and Rangers can't live without Celtic. It's the only thing that's like it. They can't live without each other. Spurs and Arsenal are exactly that. We can't live without each other. So I wouldn't want Arsenal. If you said Arsenal get relegated tomorrow, no, I wouldn't want Arsenal to be relegated. We can't live without Arsenal. Without the North London derby is the most exciting match of the year for Spurs, as it is for them. We can't live without each other. We need them both. If in a really weird world, if Arsenal's owners wanted to buy Tottenham, or Tottenham's owners wanted to buy, those are the only two clubs that could combine because of history, because of symbology, because of location. Spurs and Arsenal could become one football club, and they could be a North London United or whatever you would call it. The Seven Sisters. Spurs and Arsenal are the only club in the Premier League where that could happen. Where if they were going to become, I know Sheffield United and Sheffield Wednesday had that weird thing. There was possibility of Sheffield United buying Sheffield Wednesday. That couldn't happen. The two hate each other. They're feisty. I don't know, to be honest. Chelsea and Arsenal have never really been rivals. Was Spurs and Chelsea because of political reasons. Spurs being the North London club, being a bit more left-leaning, I would say, and being the heartland of the Jewish community, and Chelsea having the headhunters and historically, which is why Chelsea and Rangers are, because they've both got that sort of more right-wing connection to themselves. It's all everything's political. Chelsea and Arsenal were never rivals. Was Spurs and Arsenal have been rivals since Arsenal moved to North London, and Chelsea, before Arsenal moved to North London, the biggest rivalry in London was Chelsea Spurs. That was the biggest rivalry. So the enemy of my enemy is my friend. That's how it works. Possibly. Indeed. Gooners go, yep, indeed. They are. They're all good friends. Superman and Lex Luthor. Neither one can live without the other. Inter, AC Milan might be a good one. Different country, though. Inter and AC Milan could become one club because they share a stadium as well. No. Chelsea and Rangers. Woolwich, Arsenal have always been Arsenal have always also been a left-leaning club as well. Like, that's why a lot of the more socialist members, I'm not going to talk politics, a lot of the more socialist members of parliament support Arsenal. Arsenal have always been, because Arsenal are quite close to Highgate and Hampstead, which are stereotypically socialist. Loads of left-wing socialists come from Hampstead and Highgate. A lot of that. Whereas Chelsea has a lot of the more right-wing element. Which is why Spurs and, funnily, because Spurs and Rangers used to have a bit of a connection, because loads of players used to go between Spurs and Rangers. But then Rangers became more aligned with Chelsea, and then Spurs became good friends with Aberdeen. So Aberdeen are the club that Spurs are more affiliated to. Probably, possibly. Batman, Zig and Zag, indeed. Yeah, loads of the current Prime Minister is as an Arsenal fan. Current Prime Minister is an Arsenal fan. Lefty Goomers. Yeah, that's true, Cyril. That's true. It's true. It's true. West Ham are one, which is funny because West Ham have a very because West Ham used to be West Ham being very close to Shoreditch, and Shoreditch being a very Jewish area at the time. It was the original Jews that moved to the UK moved to Shoreditch and moved to Tower Hamlets and that sort of area which borders West Ham, that borders Newham. So loads of West Ham fans are Jewish. So it's really weird that they would go off on that route. I know loads of West Ham fans that are Jewish. Loads of them. Our lawyer is his dad was a market trader. He's a Jewish West Ham fan. They exist. There's loads of them. Mickey's mum supports West Ham. So it's really weird. It's a weird divide. So yeah. I don't think he would do that. He could do. He could certainly celebrate it if he wanted to. It's weird who certain politicians support. It's weird. East Ham. Yeah. Indeed. Suggestion that we'd share Alexandra Palace. Both set of fans didn't want it. It was shelved, obviously. Indeed. I don't know who Blair supported. I know Rishi Sunak is a Southampton season ticket holder. Yeah, you don't. No politics here. I'm not going to talk about what they stand for. Left and right, they're all shite. That's what I'm saying. They're all awful. Vote Kaufman. It can't be any worse. This is a party political broadcast. This is a party political broadcast for the Kaufmans and the Lawson Residents Association. Vote Kaufman. It can't be any worse. Vote Will, because he'll pay your bills. No, they're in Upton Park, won't they? That was the tube station. No one gets free coffee here. We have the goat. Can be a lot worse, and I think it will be. It could be a lot worse. There are some lunatics in politics at the moment. There are some lunatics, and that's the last bit of politics we're going to talk about today. Good to see you, Nick. Hopefully you're well, buddy. Until he wears another shirt, he is. Until he wears another shirt, he is. And his name is John Cena. Yes. I've talked politics, but I've talked about it in a historical football sense, so people understand the context. He's got the shirt on. He's got the shirt. That's all that matters. Who cares who goes to the moon? The Americans have their flag there. Whoever goes to the moon, the Americans were there first. Who cares? Whatever. If you get a telescope and you look at the moon, you can see the American flag. It's still there. Funny that. How they got it up there? Who knows? But on that note, everyone, brilliant. Fix the fucking potholes. And on that note, everyone, we all love this. We love everyone. On that note, everyone, that is the end of the show. We'll be back tomorrow for another whatever we're talking about. Allegedly, everything's alleged these days. Have a wonderful rest of your day. We'll be back tomorrow. I don't know what we're gonna do tomorrow. I don't know if Daigle's gonna. I don't know if Daigle's gonna talk to me. I think Daigle's around. He's doing his own thing at the moment, and he needs to look after himself. Big up to Mr. Daigle. But on that note, we will be back tomorrow for whatever we want to do tomorrow. The Harry Potter Marathon begins today. Thank you all so much for watching today's show. Have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your day. And as always, everyone, if you smell what the Kauff is brewing, have a fantastic rest of your day, everyone. And as always, ciao for now.
A little different than all the rest. I'm quite old-fashioned, wear a hat, sometimes play chess. Then when I'm out, I'm looking for that vintage fling. But all complexions that I adore, so hard to find, these seem impossible to score. So I dream on to someday